Welcome back to Marlowe House Presents Friday Night Hangouts, where we're playing Legends of the Wild Wastes. I'm Andrew Marlowe.
I'm Monica Marlowe.
I'm the dyslexicist.
No.
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 No. That is a terrible plan. I mean, McFez is okay, but why is my phone so far behind all of the other?
Well, the one up
there
there,
it is. Okay,
the
there
one
it
up
is.
there on the screen is real time.
Well, I know, but I can't. I have to see where everybody's at with the dialogue. Hi, Lynette. Welcome to the second half of the evening.
Hey, lady.
The insane half.
Yeah, when everybody's really tired and we've had something to drink. In our cups with our logos on them that you can't see because my drink is dark, that you can get at Cafe Press. Because why not plug our own shit?
Right.
There you go. Very pretty.
It's very pretty.
Is it half empty or half full? I like to say it's 90% logo.
I'd like to say it doesn't have enough rum in it.
Mine doesn't have any rum in it.
That's what I'm saying.
It's the perfect amount of rum for me.
Okay. That would not be
For
perfect
me.
For you. All right.
Lynette's a fan of the rum.
I know Lynette's a fan of the rum.
But what's in the glass? Oh, in his glass, diet. It's a cola beverage,
A regular one of these.
but we don't get any money or sponsorship for that, so we don't say their name.
It's Coke.
Okay.
I mean, we could always run the commercial I made for Inviga.
That was awesome. Oh my gosh.
Oh
Do
my
you
god,
know
one
where
of these
that's
days
at?
we should do that.
Do you know where that's at?
I do.
YouTube.
Oh, it is. Well, we could run the Boom Stand one. We could have all sorts of fun making up our own ads.
Well, the Inviga one is probably would require us to change our status.
Yeah, it would have to be an adult status episode. Oh my god, that one was awesome though. Yeah, I was working with one of my coworkers I really like. She's from the South, and then I got up to go to the vending machine because I needed a drink, and she's like, "What are you gonna get?" And I haven't drank regular soda in a long time. I drink diets, but for the life of me, I couldn't think of what I wanted to say. I said a Coke, but not a Coke, one without calories. I mean, I just couldn't get a diet cola out. And she's like, "Yeah, we're from the South. It could be a Sunkist, it could be Sprite, it could be Pepsi. It's all Coke." So
it's all Coke.
it's all Coke. So when last we met, 10 minutes ago,
you guys collapsed
the silver mine
a silver mine
on the Speaking Rock. I'm sure that's going to come back to haunt me later. That's good storytelling. Literally, yeah.
haunt you.
I am so in trouble. This is what happens when you're weird and you do strangely mystical things without thinking about
This
it.
is why I only hang out with animals.
Well, thank you. I'm glad that you
And
count me among.
automatons.
Okay.
I'll let you figure out which one you are.
All right. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. I know where you
So-
sleep. Yes.
We're going to do a little bit of sliding our timeline forward again. And at this point, it has been a couple of weeks since you left Reese.
Oh man, we are in so much trouble. Yes.
And you're back to doing your thing out in the wilds.
She's not Ludo. She can't call the rocks.
What?
What?
Wormfood said just wait till the tectonic plates shift. It'll come rolling to you.
Yeah, no. I don't have that ability. I shoot lightning out of my hands and my
Rocks,
brain.
Friends. You're welcome.
All right.
So on this particular day,
Uh-huh.
you are providing security on a train.
Okay.
I hate this episode.
God, why do we do this? We need to stop doing this. This always ends badly. Okay.
It's a lot like the last job, but it's not the same job.
Well, good. So we're not carrying a big crate full of Philosopher's Stone. That's
Nope.
perfect.
As a matter of fact, you are camped out on the roof of the train.
Like we were the last time.
We were in the carrying cart
Oh,
last
that's
time.
right.
This time you are camped out on the roof of the train because the train keeps getting the train lines keep getting attacked by armored bandits.
So are we hired by the train then?
Yes,
the train
you are
company.
actually by the train company.
Okay.
So you're up near the engine.
Okay. I spy
And-
with my little eye.
That's kind of how it's been. The days have passed uneventfully. Now miles are rolling past. It is barren wasteland for most of it, and it is just tumbleweeds, messes.
Sand.
Lots of sand.
Oh, I hate sand. Gets everywhere.
Well, don't open your armor, dude. They're sealed. I mean, mine's sealed. What are you doing back there?
Took a few hits.
Okay.
And it is getting to the point where you're about to enter into Elven country.
Oh, and now we're in trouble.
And, well, that's where the train's supposed to be going.
I know, but that doesn't mean anything. We're
But
still in
that
trouble.
first means a pass through the mountains.
That's orc territory.
That's definitely
cave.
trouble. A cave.
And, well, a tunnel, really.
Okay.
And you can see the short, and they're not really tall mountains. They're kind of a short, stubby set of mountains. All things considered, I mean, they're still mountains,
Mhm.
but
They're
They're
not
like-
like the Rockies.
right. It's like driving up on Mount Rainier if there were a couple of them together and, longer. So, I mean, you can see it, and you can see all the way to the top of it. It doesn't go like into the clouds or anything,
Mm-hmm.
but it is definitely this line of them that juts up out of the landscape.
Well, just to be clear, Mount Rainier is really tall.
It is really tall, but when you see it from a distance, you can see the top of it.
Oh, okay. I understand what you're saying.
I mean,
These are not as tall as Mount Rainier, but you can see them in their
right. Well, and
full-
you're coming up on it, so you're coming up on it, so you can see them in the distance.
okay.
But as you get to them, they're going to be mountains. I mean, they're going to be
Okay. Got it.
not like some of the ones where they could like go to hills and then they disappear into the fact that the landscape is so
So something has pretty much wiped out the foothills on this side,
right,
like a glacier, like it did on this side,
or something that turned this whole area into wastelands.
like dinosaurs. Oh wait,
Like a war.
dragons. Oh right, there are wars. My history's rusty in this character. I didn't bother to worry about that.
So, I mean, where they were using like big magical bad,
Bombs.
yeah, and all sorts of things. I mean, it's not like your suits of armor are the only tech that was lost
Or found.
or found. So you're coming up on the tunnel, at which point you kind of have to take shelter down lower on the train. So you can either get into one of the cars or just ride it out between cars. But standing on the roof in your armor is not really going to be a valid option.
Well, I think it's time to visit the dining car.
Are we going to be able to get in with the armor?
Well, yes. Are we going to be able to close the door after that? I'm not so sure. Hey, GM, are we going to be able to get through the door in our armor?
Not probably the dining car,
That seems unfortunate.
but you could probably get to one of like the storage cars and undo your armor and get out and go to the dining car.
How long is it going to take us to get through the tunnel?
A day or two.
What?
I mean, this thing moves at the speed of coal.
Yeah, but a day or two underground? Okay. Oh, yeah. So we would have to have somewhere we would store our armor with the
Mhm.
understanding that we would be able to.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Knowing that this was going to be part of the leg of the trip. All right. So at least that's my plan.
Right. Or you could hang out in it and you could move back there later. But I mean, as long as you planted yourselves close enough to the.
Well, I mean, there's probably only a couple places we can take our armor off.
Right. Just put yourselves closer to that. I mean, you're okay.
Yeah. I mean, we can always go get food and take it back. But,
Mhm.
I mean, sitting around in a suit of armor all day long, day after day, not very comfortable.
Right.
You can only wear the brown pants so many times. You have to change clothes.
Before it's a lifestyle.
That's a lifestyle choice I don't really
put that on
want
a
to make.
T-shirt with the logo.
Are you gonna put brown pants on the bird?
Oh no, it won't
On
work.
the hut?
No, we would have to change the logo too much for that.
I'm not certain I could. I'm not certain I could damage the logo that way.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that to the logo yet. So anyway,
I don't know. What does the audience think?
oh well, given the people who are here, they probably would go for it. I mean, if Michael and Terry were still here, we wouldn't even have to ask because they would have already. And Pungent, yes. So David's definitely in for that.
Yep.
So, all right. So I dismount from my armor and go get some food.
Okay. So
Okay.
you guys go into the train cars,
Mm-hmm.
get some food, and basically at this point, the sound of the train is really loud and
Because
kind
we're
of
in
like
a tunnel.
all consuming because of the way the tunnel funnels all that sound back around. And so everybody's like yelling at one another on the train to be heard.
Alrighty. Maybe we'll just get some food to go.
Because if there's gonna be an ambush, it's gonna be inside the tunnel.
Well, of course. I assume we have somewhere where we can like take turns sleeping too and stuff like that. So I think we'll take our food back to that area where we store our armor and have our sleeping area and maybe relax a little bit because we're going to be attacked in about half an hour. That's the plan.
I mean, as long as it's scheduled.
Oh, yeah.
That's only polite.
David wants to know if that's an ambush he smells or just our lack of a bath. Well, I mean, I bathe frequently. I can't speak for this one.
Okay. So you kind of going around and getting your stuff together and heading back up to the front of the train where you guys have your stuff stowed. I pass those to Scott.
Scott's getting XP.
Well, he can decline it if he wants, at which point neither one of you get any.
I could use some XP.
I don't think I've ever had anybody decline it but once. And
I think it
that
was
might have been
Lynette.
Scott.
Or was it Scott? I
Might
thought it
have
was
been.
Lynette.
It might have been Lynette.
Does not happen often.
No.
I know I'm thinking about buying stuff, but I'm going to wait and see what he throws at us first. Yes?
I'm trying to get to tier 2 in a hurry because that's when I get the more I start getting useful things on my
Yeah.
my
I want to.
focus.
So, Scott, as you're heading up,
Yo.
you see this kind of older woman and her dog. And the dog is whiny and like rolling around and having issues. And she's trying to keep it from because it's yelping and clearly the noise is getting to it
Yeah.
in a bad way. And she's like, come on, Dusty.
Oh, you mind if I?
No, it's fine.
Kind of crouch down. Hey there, fella.
He kind of like looks at you. His eyes are super wide, and he's kind of this like dusty colored mutt. He's maybe 75 pounds.
Good
So he's-
sized dog.
And he's a good sized dog. He's
Oh
not,
my God, he's like German Shepherd sized.
yeah. I mean, he's not like Rottweiler big, but he's kind of a good sized dog. He's
What was your middle name we gave you?
Did I have a middle name?
Yeah, we just gave you one earlier in the night.
Oh,
enabler.
Enabler.
Yeah, so now he's Scary Enabler McFez. Corrected Scott to Scary. It's not wrong.
I have to agree with that.
Scary Enabler McFez.
Hey there, fella. That's probably big, scary noises here, huh?
He's kind of. So you're gonna try to calm him down a little bit.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a.
I don't have any skills for that yet.
You don't have any skills, but look, you have four You
But
have
you know
4
what?
XP that you could use to buy skills in that.
You can still make that roll. I'm gonna go ahead and give you an asset because it is the kind of thing that someone who has bonds with animals should probably have some affinity for.
Okay.
So I'm gonna what's your exact type your
Controls beasts.
focus? Controls beasts?
Mhm.
Yeah. I'll give you an asset for that.
Okay. That's a 12 on the die.
Because it's already a domesticated animal.
Okay.
So you kind of get
Bribe him with a little
yeah.
bit of food.
You get him calmed down a bit. It takes a lot more effort though than you would have expected. All things considered. And as you kind of get him calmed down, you notice that his fur is actually standing on end.
All right, so I'm going to start looking at the offensive things I can take.
We should get back to the armor.
Okay.
Be a good boy, Rusty.
Dusty,
Dusty.
your accent's terrible.
I just can't remember names for shite. I told you they don't have names.
They do have names.
People give them names.
They answer to those names.
King.
I didn't name it.
He didn't name it.
Okay.
I love that everyone assumes that he got the name right too.
So, probably says it somewhere on him.
Possibly.
Could.
Or I talked to him and he told it to me.
So you're like, we gotta get back to the armor. As you start heading towards that end of the train, you can see Dusty back there is calmed down a little bit, but now he's kind of like basically quiet and crouching, like he's trying to hide from something. And as you get closer to the car where your armor is, the hair on your arms starts to stand up. And you can actually feel it like at the back of your neck and into your hairline.
Does it feel like electricity?
No.
Okay.
But it does feel arcanish.
All right. Is this train as we move through the car that we were in, are there porters around?
Mm-hmm.
I grab one of them, get to the front, tell the engineer we're about to be attacked. Run.
He doesn't really hesitate, turns and runs towards the front of the train.
All right. We're only going to be able to stand.
And they've got, at this point, it's very dark in the train. The only lights are coming from the little oil lamps inside.
Okay.
Because it's running underground, and there aren't any lights in the tunnel.
I'm sorry, it's David Fetter's fault.
Why are you dancing?
Magic dance.
Because he said, "I bet it's dance magic." So we went there.
Okay, I see that.
That's the way we roll. All right. So I assume it doesn't take us too long to get to our armor. And...
Nope. As you open the door towards where your armor is, though, it becomes blindingly bright inside.
Inside the tunnel.
Inside the tunnel and coming through the glass into the cars.
Okay.
It is very bright.
I keep moving.
It is really hard to see against the light because you've been down here for several hours in this very dim lamplight. And so to make the transition from one car to the next, where your armor is, I'm going to need you to make a speed roll.
Actually, I know where I'm going. I far step.
Okay. So you take the effort to far step.
Yeah, I mean, even though
someone's fancy.
I can't afford to fall off this train, I only have 9 in speed. I can't really afford to spend a lot of it either.
So you far step.
Yes. I just realized I don't have any eraser.
Oh, do you need one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you far step right next to your suit of armor.
You got it.
15.
15?
Mhm.
All right.
See, I
You
gotta
managed to
roll
make
that.
you managed to make the step across. You can see that, you kind of like,
I rolled an 11. I'm glad I took the far step.
so you make the little bit of a leap across, and as you kind of leap across and you're between the cars and you catch a really strong breath of fresh air. Not tunnel air.
Is the mountain gone? I can't see. I'm inside the other car.
So you kind of do a look around. The sound's kind of funny too. And your eyes start to adjust. You kind of keep your head down away from the sun, evidently. And you are actually traveling across a trestle bridge.
That's it in a tunnel.
100 feet below you is a fast-moving river.
Where?
We weren't supposed to go over a trestle bridge, were we?
No.
Okay.
I think we hit the wrong junction.
I don't think there is one.
That's the point.
You kind of look back and you can see this darkening spot closing in midair over the end of the trestle behind the train.
All right. So is he telling me that through the door?
I don't know. What are you telling her through the door?
Bridge.
All right. I finish getting in my armor and I go
Okay.
out the back door because he has to come in and get in his armor and I don't want to have
Okay.
to pass him in the door. So when I get to the end of the car, I'll get back up on the
roof?
on the roof.
It is a bright, bright day. And indeed, you're on a very high trestle bridge.
This wasn't on the map. Do I miss the closing, or do I see the end of that as well?
Go ahead and give me a perception check. Let's see if you got up here fast enough
Okay.
and whether you can kind of catch it.
15.
Yeah, without that, you can see it kind of.
I'd like to make an ID and supernatural.
Okay.
That's only an 11, but I am skilled in it.
All right,
Or trained in it, my bad.
You're pretty certain that was some sort of teleportation, dimensional portal magic.
Okay, so exactly what Monica thought it was. Okay, great.
I, however, would like to do something a little more mundane.
Okay.
I am trained in wilderness survival. I would like to make sure we're still in the right region,
Okay.
barring the whole underground to on a bridge thing.
Right.
With an 18.
Okay. Did you put any effort into that?
Did not put any effort onto it.
At the moment, it's too hard to tell, because there isn't enough land around. And it's not nighttime. You think that you've got your bearings well enough that come dark tonight, you'll probably be able to figure it out pretty easily. You think that more or less maybe you're in the right kind of vicinity, but you're probably not on the same track you were supposed to be on. So how far off course you are, it's hard to say.
All right. I head back up to the front of the train,
Okay.
to the engine. You hear me walking back up, jogging back up. I yell.
And you can hear the brakes at this point.
Okay. I'm headed up front.
All right.
All right. All right, when I get up there, I ask the engineer.
They haven't stopped the train,
That's
but they
fine.
have slowed it dramatically.
Yeah, that's fine. How far are we from the other end of the trestle?
You're almost off of it.
Okay.
And you would have been already if he hadn't been hitting the brakes.
Okay. When we get up there, I ask him or her, them, who knows? Maybe they're dwarves. I can't tell. They've got beards. Anyway, I ask the
Sure,
engineer.
they're dwarves. With that, they're dwarves.
Bye, Lynette.
Bye, Lynette.
Bye. Thanks for joining us.
I go up to the engineers and the train engineer and I say, "What did you see happen?"
It got really bright all of a sudden.
All right, so you did not see like an opening or anything.
No.
Okay. Well, there was some kind of portal that we were clearly
He's like, it was like
waylaid.
He's like, it was like we were heading into like an oncoming train's light, and then
okay. So it was actually already there and waiting
they
for
were
us.
hitting the brakes. They were like, we were trying to hit the brakes, and then we were,
Allergic to portals.
and it was really bright.
Me too. All right. Do you recognize where we are?
He shakes his head. It's not on any of the lines I run,
All right.
but I only run a couple of them.
That's fine. I'm just hoping you might know.
At this point, the train's probably only doing like 10 or 15 miles an hour.
Okay.
And they're just kind of like heading out. And you can see that you're about to head into what is apparently a very thick forest.
Is there any
And he's kind of going, do you want us to stop? What do we want to do?
is there any space between the where the trestle hits the land and the forest?
Yeah.
Okay. I'd like to try to get as much of the train off of the trestle, but avoid going into the forest to the best of our abilities.
So you just want to stop before you get to the forest?
Yes. I just want to make sure that none of the train is left on the trestle.
Okay. Sure.
Okay.
That's doable. There's
Okay.
There's plenty of space for that.
All right. We don't know where we are. We've obviously been ambushed. Not in a way that I think anyone could have
Would have
predicted.
predicted.
Yeah, this isn't something I've ever seen. I've never heard of anyone teleporting something this large across distances like this.
Not really, probably something that you've really come across now.
Okay.
Is it
I
entirely
mean, is
out
it
of-
possible? I believe it's possible.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, it's not like anyone ever moved. It's not like the enemy moved armies by teleporting them through or anything like that.
Not that you can think of.
Okay, that's what I'm asking. We're gonna have to scout ahead. We're gonna probably be hit. But they
You ever
can't-
heard of anyone doing something on this scale?
No. Someone put a lot of effort into this. This isn't. You don't just teleport however many tons this train is.
A train.
And obviously across many miles, because nobody knows where we are. I mean, this is not familiar to me at all. That I can.
I mean, there's
recall.
only so many rivers this big with bridges like that long.
Right. Are we between mountains then?
No.
It's just a wide enough river that the trestle
Mhm.
has to be that long. Can I make a geography check? Just,
Sure. That is definitely within the range of geography.
I mean, I don't have geography. I'm just gonna have
No.
to.
So if you're not trained in it, you can still make the roll.
I rolled a 12.
There are a few places that are probably like this. But not a whole lot of them. You can think of one close to home,
Okay.
but it doesn't look like the one near where you live.
Okay.
You were heading into Elven country, and you think that you have heard of one in that area. That there was a major river,
Okay.
and then you think there might be another one that would kind of fit this same description somewhere else, but you can't quite put your finger on where that would be.
Okay. So the dwarven engineer who runs, does he run this rail,
The
line?
original line, yes.
Okay. So this is not like this is not like something that the elves do on a regular basis to bring people into their, okay.
Mm-mm. Well, they run the train that you guys were on.
Right.
That train runs fairly regularly.
Right, but it's not
But-
like, this isn't like the secret entrance into the elven world that they do, and
Mm-mm.
that, okay.
If it is, it's only for their trains, and it's such a well-kept secret that,
But the dwarf would still know.
I mean, it would have to be one heck of a well-kept secret that only the trains run by elves that are only carrying elves
Right.
would ever do. And you can't think of any time you've heard of a train that was only run by elves and only carrying elves.
Right. Would you say that this river's like Mississippi wide or wider?
It is not quite probably as wide as the Mississippi. It's a good width, but it is not.
Okay, so it's wider than the Ohio, but not quite the
Yeah.
Mississippi. Okay. So it's still big freaking. Okay. What time of year was it where we were at? Even though I know that we were in the desert and it would have been.
It's summer, and it's summer here.
Okay. Well, at least we're on the right side of the planet still. And I'm assuming that the
Right,
growth,
you got that. I mean,
yeah, the growth is not unfamiliar to a greater lesser degree. Okay. All right. Yeah, right. David says, did someone speak friend and not realize it? That's what I'm wondering. All right, you ready?
I guess.
I mean, I don't know what else. I mean, we're gonna have to go see. Whoever did this is probably waiting for us. Let the engineer know what we're doing. They'll know if we're coming back or not when we get back.
okay.
Head forward.
Does the train have reverse?
They probably do. I mean, they could reverse
Yeah.
back across the river, but it wouldn't be easy because there's no engine on the backside. I mean, it's not really.
They could go backwards slowly.
Right. Trains that do that have engines on both sides usually.
Whoever did this, they know the train schedule well enough to know that there's nothing going on this track today.
Yeah. Well, they've probably been planning it for a while, and they knew that our train was coming. We've been on this train for a few days. Is there anybody on the train that we've come to recognize as maybe someone of importance or anything? I mean, I'm sure we're briefed on it to some degree. I mean, was anything pointed out to us that we should be aware of, that we should be mindful of?
That they did tell you that there were some valuables on the train. That's why they had chosen this particular one to protect it, but they did not give you a lot of specifics.
Okay. Yeah, but I mean, unless we had the Philosopher's Stone, it's not like I would do that much magic to steal a train. There are better ways to get stuff off the train. I mean, I can think of...
Hey, conductor, just look like any length of track you've ever been on.
No, he said already.
Oh, you said already?
Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, I weren't there for that.
Yeah, I asked that while you were putting your clothes on. All right. Well, I guess we move forward. For the sake of argument, as much as I hate to do it now, I'm going to go ahead and buy perception. I have a feeling we're going to need it.
Damn it.
Oh no, there goes all my XP. You just threw it on the floor like you don't love me anymore.
Oh. Relax.
Well, you can give it back to me. I mean, I don't mind. If you don't want it, that's fine.
If you don't want perception, I'll give it back.
Ah, damn, I want perception.
Dang it.
Man, he saw right through me.
Right? It's all right to the core of that one.
Actually, here.
What are you buying?
I'm gonna do move toward perfection.
Oh, you're gonna get more. What's that, edge?
It's pools.
Oh, that's right.
You've got my pencil.
Oh, I've got your pencil. All right, I took a skill training.
Oh, I'm sorry, I meant increase capabilities.
Oh.
You are correct. That was edge.
We could always ask for the magic sensing dog. Hey, that's not a bad idea. Maybe we should take Dusty with us. Yeah, I wouldn't put someone else's dog. Pet. I wouldn't put somebody's dog in danger like that yet. All right. So now we're flying without a net. Whatever we roll, we get. All right, let's go. I know Andrew's like all happy.
You can't tell me no.
We've never told you no.
Yeah, but now I can.
Lynette said Lynette said earlier who refuses XP. It's clearly not you. All right, let's go. I guess we walk down both sides of the line.
Okay. So you're gonna like walk the train backwards, or are you?
No, we're gonna walk forward. Whoever wants this is ahead of us. I guess sneaking's quite out of the question. You want to send your bird up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Send King up to scout.
Okay. So King goes up, screeches, flies around, scouts around. While he's flying around scouting, you guys move up on either side of the train. Go ahead and give me perception checks.
I have some of that. I am trained.
Huh.
What a coincidence!
We're in the wild. I am also trained.
11.
19.
That's nice. Are you trained in... What do you have, survival?
Wilderness survival.
Okay. Well, that's freaking useful.
Both of you, as you walk up the length of the train, you make it all the way up to the engine.
I thought we were at the engine.
Sorry.
But okay.
You walk out in front of it. I mean, you walk out in front of it. You got to go back to your units, your armor.
Oh, it's gonna be something on the cow
That's right.
catcher.
We just did
that. That's okay.
So yeah, you walk
we can walk the length of the train and then back up. That's
so you
fine.
walk down a little bit and then you walk back up. And as you walk back up and away from the train, you make it some ways out ahead of it. There's nothing. Nothing to be seen.
Like nothing in
Nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing
Nothing out
moving
of the
towards you or anything.
Wow, this is weird.
Normal sounds for an area of this type.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that we didn't make our checks, but I mean, you rolled a 19. We'd be pretty hard pressed to miss it at that point.
And he's trained.
But I don't know that he rolled a 19. I just know that he's good. Walk until we either start to like lose sight of the train or until we like make to a bend or something like that. I mean, I imagine we probably would be able to walk maybe half a mile.
So you get out about a half mile.
Mm-hmm.
Another perception check.
Oh man, that stinks. It was going to be a 16, but now it's an 8. I hate these dice today. Oh my god, you did not. Oh, I thought you rolled a 1.
No.
You rolled the other side.
I rolled the other side.
Awesome.
Not 20?
Yeah.
Still nothing.
Let's go back to
On the natural 20, though,
Oh. I see nothing, but you see something.
I got a natural 20.
I know. I thought you meant. I didn't realize you were going to separate it out. Okay.
But on the natural 20, you notice that King kind of like wheels back around, and he doesn't seem to have seen anything either. So he's heading towards you. But you do catch a glimmer out of the corner of your eye back towards the train.
Run.
Yep.
30 miles.
Okay.
We should be able to make a half a mile in
Just a couple minutes.
less than a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Because at full out,
You have to get up to full out, but yeah,
Yeah.
once you get to full out, so it doesn't take long, probably more than a minute.
yeah.
You get up to the train, and you can see smoke from one of the cars.
The hell? Keep heading back toward that.
If this train was carrying something,
I'm gonna beat somebody up.
it better not be another Don's Philosopher's Stone.
I hope not. All right, head back toward the car.
Okay. So you head back towards that car.
Uh-huh.
There is a hole burned out of the wall.
What car
And you
is
can
it?
hear people screaming inside.
Okay, so is it like one of the passenger cars?
Mhm.
Go in through the hole.
It's not that big a hole.
How big a hole is it?
Basketball sized. A
Okay.
little bit bigger.
All right.
It actually looks like somebody like popped a flaming basketball through the wall.
Look at the direction where it would have come from. Or does it go through all the way through the car?
It
Can I
only
tell?
it only goes through the one side.
Okay. You want to go check out where it came from, and I'll go into the car. You're probably
Sure.
better suited
See
for
if
that.
see if there's any damage on the inside.
Oh, David wants to know if it's big enough for a dog to fit through.
Ah,
You and your dog fixation, man. Stop.
Dusty's cool.
I hope, or he's on fire. Hop up the stairs at the end
So
of
you
the
hop
car.
on, you hop onto the stairs, and it kind of like does this a little bit with the weight of your armor.
Yeah, I mean, only weigh about
And
2
the-
tons, and
right.
then pop the door.
So you pop the door, and it is chaos inside.
Okay.
There is a woman, basically near the area, screaming and kind of like holding her head, and you can see that she's bleeding out from underneath her hands. There is an acrid smell, and there are several other people who are knocked out,
Okay.
passed out around the area.
Okay.
And then there is one who is short ahead. It is his neck is a blackened stump, and it is slumped right up against the hole.
Oh shit. So in my most authoritative military voice, I say, "Everyone out." And I start pushing people toward the door that I came through.
Most of them are passed out.
Oh,
The only one who's up and conscious
you
is the
said there was a
woman
bunch of screaming and chaos.
she's screaming, and it is like the aftermath of chaos. Is
Oh,
what I should
okay,
say.
okay. I was figuring that.
Sorry,
I was figuring it was like, you know.
I meant it was like the aftermath of chaos. It was like,
Okay.
you've come
so
up
they
here
were all like concussed or something.
or something.
Okay. Well, I go up to her then. And I take her by her shoulders. And I turn her so she has to look at me. What happened?
She points, and you can tell it's one of the porters that she points to, the headless one.
Okay.
She's like, she burned his head off, and she's shouting like
Wait.
she's
She
having her-
pointed at who burned off whose head?
She says she burned his head off, and she's pointing at the porter.
Okay, but she's not pointing at who she is.
Right.
Okay. Who is she?
She's on the train. And she kind of like vaguely points the other way. She's like, I think she left.
What happened to everybody else?
She's like, shakes her head. Alchemy.
Okay. You probably aren't too far. I yell for you. Finn, not out there. Back here.
Go check the woods, Finn. Go check the train, Finn.
I hope she blows your head off. Anyway. All right. So since she didn't come appear to
Shake her like a baby.
All right. So I'll head toward the back because I don't get the impression she went that way, correct?
What?
The lady that blew his head off.
She kind of like vaguely waved towards the back of the train.
Okay. So I head toward the back of the train. Tell her to sit down. Take some deep breaths.
She's incredibly panicked. And
I'm sure it's really easy. She probably passes out.
Fisick, jog her memory.
Yeah, I'm sure. Pretty
I'm
sure.
sorry. I think I jogged her too hard.
I'm pretty sure shocked individuals do not respond well to that. Just some like inside information on that. All right, I head toward
That
the
was a
back.
pretty solid Andre.
Yeah,
it was not a bad one. No.
it wasn't the worst I've heard. All right, head toward the back. This
Okay.
time I have my trusty weapon out.
Okay.
All right. Heading to the next car. So if this was a passenger car, what's behind it?
A sleeping car.
Oh, shit. All right. Well, I go through the door whether I fit or not.
Oops. Wakey, wakey.
All right.
So you like kind of force your way through.
I don't care if these doors ever shut again.
Yeah, you just plow through it. Wood splinters as you squeeze your armor through.
So much for sneaking. You'll notice I didn't take sneaking. I took perception.
And you go basically ripping panels
That's the other side.
Right.
off
right.
the wall as you come through the door. It just splinters the door around you. And you're in the narrow hallway between the sleeping cars, and you just like, and there's
They're like all
grinding.
scraped.
there's grinding and scraping. Wood splinters are like coming up around you as you like just forced your way through it.
I just look
bending
through all
things
the.
out
I
of-
look through all the curtains. Is there anyone sleeping in, or are they open? Because it's.
They're not curtained ones. These are like cabins.
Oh. So each one has like a door.
Right. So you're like breaking through
I'm
the side.
opening doors.
So you like pop in a door.
Oh yeah.
Look, scritch down the hallway. You know, again,
I'm
you're
using my military
and-
training. Man, I should have taken military training as a skill. Oh well, I'll learn.
As you bash in that third door, you can see a figure from the far end of the next car down.
Mm-hmm.
Points at you with his hand out raised,
I drop.
and a ray of light sails from his hand towards you. You are actually kind of wedged in here tightly, so I'm going to put this at a detriment to you. The difficulty increases by 1 because of the fact that you are wedged in place.
Oh no, I have a better idea. I spend 1 intellect and activate my resonance field.
What does resonance field do?
Swaps defense rolls to intelligence and can cause damage to the people attacking me,
Okay, so basically you throw up like a bubble of
like a shield
an
of
alchemical
sorts.
shield.
Sonic?
Sonic? No, it's electrical field. What are you talking about?
The lightning shield?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Cool. That means you also get a jump boost. And golden rings are magnetized to
I'm
you.
certain that those are not related to the things in here. Anyway, let me
So go ahead and give me that roll.
okay, let me pull it up so I can
You mock, but soon enough you're going to be fighting off leprechauns for all that gold.
because it's magnetized to me. Clearly Monica should take subtle skill. Yes, I am very sneaky in this armor. Let me just let me pull it up though so I have the rules for it. So when we get to this point.
Run, Sonic, run!
Stop.
That's my impression of Tails.
I thought it was your impression of Forrest Gump.
I mean, really, that'd be Jenny.
Yes, it would be Jenny. Okay, faint lines.
Unless that's Tails' job too.
It could be.
Life is like a box of rings.
Oh,
Life is like a box
he's
of
not
chaos,
in, he's
Emeralds.
not in immediate range, is he?
No.
All right, then that won't work. So I can't do that. Well, then I don't do that.
He's at its short range.
He's at short range.
Pushing long range.
I spend 2 intellect and far step on the other side of the beam right up on him.
There
Okay.
it is.
I knew I'd get it eventually.
Right, so he still gets a shot off at you.
Right, that's fine.
But let's go ahead and roll initiative
Let's do
and
that.
see how that works.
Okay.
So you're gonna try to far step towards him. He's trying to take a shot at you.
Pink Pearl?
You.
I tossed you that earlier.
Oh, did you? I'm sorry, I missed it. All right.
Sorry, folks.
I know it's getting 13.
13. So his shot goes off,
Okay.
but only just after you step the distance.
Okay. So I like kind of move through it and past it and
Yeah.
okay.
So you kind of like he misses you basically because you're like phased and repairing.
Can I punch him when I get there? Or are we
that
going to
would-
be in the next round?
That would be your next round.
Okay.
Finn, at this point, you are hitting the train. Just in time to see a blast of energy hit the door, coming from the now broken open door of the previous car.
You know.
Oh, what'd you do
The-
this
The
time?
one that looks a lot like May.
This is not Looney Tunes.
I keep messing up the camera.
It's not Looney Tunes. Still not Looney Tunes.
We're gonna play Looney Tunes next.
I don't know if I still have the book for Toon or not.
We can just play it in this.
No, Tune's really good for.
Tune's really good for Tune. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm willing to learn your game. I hope you have it. All
It's
right.
great. Nobody dies. You just fall down.
That sounds awesome. All right. So you make it to the door.
Mm-hmm.
My turn again.
Yep. So basically, you're now like in line of sight. You can see that there's actually a lot of damage done to most of the next car. So it
Who knew?
probably not quite as hard to squeeze there now as it was a moment
It's
ago.
about halfway down, and then suddenly it gets tighter again.
Or I could just go to the other side.
Or you can just go up and over and around.
Because there's another door at the far end, right?
Hmm?
There's another door to the next car at the far end.
Right,
Right.
but the next car down is the sleeping car. So it'd be a tight squeeze through there.
Alrighty.
But we can get the armor in between the cars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the doors are just too narrow. I mean, but the car, but
So,
usually,
so the way I'm picturing it is, May came in here. Like this is the sleeping car she's in.
Mm-hmm.
May came in here, makes her way about to here before she gets fired upon.
Mm-hmm.
and then she
and then
jumps into
blink.
the next car.
So she's here at the far end of the car now.
Right, but you're up at the other end of back, up by your up
Yeah.
there.
Right, but the train's not moving, so you could walk
Just
around.
come
It
around
would be
here.
a lot
So you just
faster
walk
to do it
around
that
to
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
I
was
just,
like,
I just want to be sure we were on the same page.
yes,
Okay.
yes, we were all on the same page.
All right.
So,
Given that I'm just this close, I'm just gonna punch him
okay,
because that's a lot more fun. Punching's fun. I hope I make it. Not with that, I won't. I don't even have an XP to re-roll that.
what'd you roll?
An automatic and
Oh noes.
an automatic
Intrusion.
intrusion. Yes, I did.
All right, so you land your punch.
Okay.
You bloody his nose, and he crumples to the ground.
Oops, I killed him.
And you can see that he's wearing some sort of like shackles on his hands
Okay.
that are etched with alchemical markings.
Okay.
You want to go ahead and give me one a free,
I would love to
a
give
free
you.
knowledge
I
roll?
would love to give you a free knowledge roll. I am afraid. I'm very afraid. That is a 12.
They're probably making him do. They're basically puppeting him.
Okay, so they're like enslavement.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Did he die?
Um,
Did I kill him or no? Maybe.
You'll have to take time to check that. That will require more hands-on
Maybe.
contact than just analyzing the
Okay.
marked shackles.
Does Finn make it around about that time?
Yeah, he's coming up and around.
There's also a woman, but I think this guy's being controlled from a distance.
How do we undo it?
I don't know. We can try to take the shackles off, but my guess is that's not going to be that easy.
Well, then let's at least make him a bit useless for the rest of this.
I think he's going to be useless for a while.
If you can get him out I can pick him up.
Okay. Well, I mean, we're standing between the cars. I mean, we're right there.
Yeah, I mean, since the train's not moving, you know the mailbag hooks
Mhm.
that trains use?
Okay.
Just kind of hang them up there.
That's gonna really hurt him after a while.
The shackles actually don't have anything to chain them together.
Oh, they're just like rings.
Oh,
they're
there's
like
bracelets.
okay.
Yeah.
So they're like magical shackles.
Mhm.
Hence the alchemical markings on them. All right, so we have to bind him. Well,
Well,
there's another.
that's less easy.
Right. Well, there's a woman too. Oops, sorry guys at home. According to the lady who is in there screaming her head off. So there's at least one other. She killed the porter, but I don't know why.
Could have just been in the way.
Could have been.
Could have been distraction.
Seems awfully permanent to blow a man's head off and a hole through the train.
Have you never had to pee so bad?
Man, I've never had to pee that bad, and I have the
And there was
ability to
someone
blow.
who just would not get out of your way.
I have the ability to blow people's heads off, and I've never felt the need to do that.
I mean, I've at least pushed people out the way.
While he's chit chatting, I climb back on top of the train
Okay.
and take a look around again. With a 17, and I'm trained in perception.
You hear barking.
Dusty.
Dusty!
Where's Dusty?
Dusty is down on the tracks at the back of the car, at the back of the train,
Barking.
barking.
All right. Well, I don't bother getting down.
You can't see what he's barking at, but he is barking at something.
Okay. I head toward the back. You head toward the back on the ground, and I'll head on. So you go low, and I'll go high. Yeah, and we'll go as stealthily as we can because we're riding big horse mech.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, we're silent moving. We make an appearance.
Right. So you head back there.
It's like coconut shells, but with potted plants.
I should do that one of these days.
Get
Greatest sound
coconuts?
effect.
Yeah.
Foley work.
No! You don't work a Foley. If it's clogged, you take it out and replace it. Anyway,
We have to work on our terminology so that you guys are on the same page.
it's a lot more fun this way.
And it makes for better tea.
V.
I don't think anybody wants Foley tea.
No, nobody wants Foley tea, I promise. That is a big no. Big no. If it looks like tea, your kidneys have shut down. Just some free nursing advice. If your Foley is filled with tea-colored fluids, get to a hospital.
Oh. I caught your wire.
Oh, stop.
I'm sorry. I thought it was a Foley.
Oh man, that would hurt. That would hurt so bad.
Mean.
Oh.
You are mean. Stepping on Grandma's Foley. Anyway, now that we've sidetracked that for a while,
Made a cool sound.
I did not mock your dog obsession.
I may
Did I?
have.
Oh, Scott. Oh, well, Scott's a problem child. All right, so we head to the back.
So you head to the back. And sure enough, it's Dusty back there. He's barking his head off at something you can't see.
Like on the ground.
Like, he's pointed, like, straight down the tracks behind the train. And he is barking fiercely
That's something we can't see.
at something you can't see.
Well, does he seem to be barking at a distance, or does he seem to be barking nearby, or we can't decide? I can't tell.
It's really hard to tell.
Okay. I have an idea.
Eagle eye.
Okay?
Can we-
You hit yourself with your alchemical eagle eye. Vision kind of does its thing. and you can see very clearly out to distances. As you do that, you can see Dusty is barking. And for just a moment, a bare moment, a foot appears in the air, like it kicked out, and then it vanishes.
Can you tell me about how far out it is?
Kicked out?
Kicked out of it, like it appeared like it was kicking out from something, but
Like maybe like between curtains or something like
Yeah.
that? Okay.
and then it vanished again. And it kind of kicks out like it's coming from like the side, like it doesn't have quite purchase on the ground.
If I had to guess, it's about 400 to 500 feet out.
Okay. I spend intellect for hedge magic and
Mhm.
kick up the dust in that area.
Okay, so the dust swirls up around that area, and as it does so, for a very fractional moment, you see what appears to be two figures struggling.
Well, let's go.
One is abnormally large,
That sounds terrible.
and the other one is kind of suspended off the ground.
All right. Head that way. Jump down. Not very subtle. I really can't be subtle.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get there so much faster than me.
Why?
Bloop, bloop.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Well, I've got plenty of intellect. I don't even jump off. I just land next to them. Thank you for reminding me. I forget that I have that. It's like the best. This is like the best ability ever. But then you'll know where to be at.
And
Oh, that's cool. Me and McKinney will just catch up.
As you get closer, you can hear like a muffled voice.
Can I see any better now that I'm here?
Not really.
But I know that I'm right about in the same
Mhm.
spot. I try to reach in.
Okay, go ahead and give me a speed roll.
Is this will I get the extra effort from my armor on this?
No.
Well, this will be bad. Yep. Rolled a 4. If only I had XP.
So like you reach out to try to grab something, and your fingers touch something very briefly, but can't make contact with it. It's like, you weren't quite in the right place, and so it like bumps against the back of your hand. But it's not in a place where you can like grab hold.
Is it like it's not really quite here in the same phase with us?
Oh no, it's definitely in the same.
Oh, okay. I just didn't have, because they've got 100% cover. I didn't.
They've got invisibility on.
Okay.
So you miss them, but you get like bumped by it
Okay.
because that's more interesting than you just miss.
Okay. You running?
And if anything, it's a little more frustrating. And he's charging up.
Okay. Which is amazing because he only has 2 legs to run on. He sounds like he's running on 4, but that's fine because that's how they would sound. I've decided that.
Cool sound effect.
I have
bro.
decided that regardless of the number of legs that we run on, we sound like we're horses running. I decided that a while ago. I hope you all like it.
Auditory
Anyway.
effect. Why not?
All right.
May I check?
Does anything happen to me while I'm standing here?
Not yet.
Okay. Let me know when it's my turn again.
Okay. It is your turn again.
All right. I onslaught the area.
Okay.
Physical. I'm just, I mean, I don't know
You
who
know
I'm
there's a
hint-
hostage. You know that there's one that is definitely struggling to get away.
I am only going to, well, but one of them is larger.
Okay.
So I'm going to take my chances and try to aim where the larger form was before.
Okay.
And I'm going to do physical damage rather than mental, which I know is like terrible, but I want to try to break this.
I wouldn't have let you do mental because you don't have any way to
And make idea. Yeah, 12.
12. Okay. So you onslaught, and there's a grunt of frustration.
Okay.
You can't tell if you hurt somebody or if it's not nearly as satisfying a sound as you would hope for.
Okay. Well, that's actually not bad news, because if it was the smaller creature, 4 points of damage, physical damage, might have hurt them more. So I'm hoping I hit the bigger thing. That's my story. Sticking to it. Are you coming or not?
You move
there.
way faster than me.
He's there.
Okay. I don't know. There's a bigger one and a littler one. They're fighting.
Can you kick the dust up again?
Sure. When is my turn again?
Sure, I'll get right on that.
Hedge magic.
So, as you're coming up and you're asking her to do that, do you do anything else?
Ready in action.
Okay. Something appears out of nowhere in the air in front of you and kind of sails like a sideways cartwheel through the air and then collapses on the ground.
No, that's not good. We'll identify that later. I don't think that's what we're here for. I feel bad for it, but it is what it is.
Oh, it's the old lady.
It might be.
Oh, it is. That's why Dusty was barking.
Well, you don't know. She might have been collapsed. I didn't check very closely in the other
It
one.
is the old lady.
Of course it is.
You recognize the clothes.
All right, so I kick up the dust.
Okay. Kick up the dust, and there's this shadowy, at this point, lone bipedal figure that has just wicked her away. And you can see in like the dust, you can also see like glowing eyes.
That's so delightful. You're so sweet. Yes. Well, kill it. Come on.
Okay. Well, as long as I've got a
Yeah, it should be you're holding your action. So
Okay, cool.
This would be you, Scott.
okay, then I will do a flying knee.
You're gonna do like a flying knee,
Mm-hmm. Since I've
charging.
got
anyways.
momentum.
Right. You're gonna use that momentum and
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, come back here. That is an 11 on the die.
all right. So you do a flying knee through the airspace next to this figure. She does just enough of a sidestep that you miss her.
Yeah.
The dust doesn't give you a perfect view of it, and so you kind of swirl dust around you as you hit the ground and turn, and as you hit the ground, after trying to throw your knee, there is a fist connecting with you. Go
Okay.
ahead and give me a speed defense.
Nope. That's
All right. So coming out of the invisibility and dust, you just feel this impact on your face. This heavy heavy blow deals 8 points of damage.
Jesus.
Whoa, that hurts.
But your armor does apply.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's reassuring.
It should be. You've got a lot of armor.
We get 3.
That's a lot.
I know,
For-
but
for
not
tier
when you're
one, that's a
taking.
lot.
But now when you're taking 8 points of damage, it's not. All right.
Was it fleshy or armory?
It felt solid. I mean, it's hitting your armor, so it's, you know, it felt solid. And more importantly, it sounded like stone on stone at the point of impact.
Okay.
And as that happens, the invisibility starts to like fade,
Oh, so
and
we
it
can.
like bleeds off.
Okay.
And there's this black suit of armor in front of you.
Okay.
It is lithe and nimble looking, as opposed to as bulky as yours is, but it is very similar.
No,
It's actually more, if anything, yours is kind of, you know, bulky and kind of like warhorsey
Uh-huh.
in some ways. This is much more avian. There's a bit something kind of raptory about the head, and something talon-like about the feet.
I'm sorry at home, people. I'm sure that's coming through the mic. All right. Now I spend the 1 intellect point to activate my resonance field because now he's in immediate area. I'm pretty sure we're about to get hit on a lot. I can't do anything else, I
Okay.
guess. So action economy is very small here.
Yes.
I'm where I need to be. Kill it before it gets to me, Scott. I have faith in you, Finn. We're all gonna
Right.
die.
So should we do initiative then?
Nope. Go ahead and just join Monica.
Okay.
Because you waited for me, so we're in the same.
All right. In that case, I will control the field.
Okay.
I wish to take advantage of that resonance armor that
Okay.
she's using.
Good call. All right, so for all of us interested at home, faint lines in the color of your choosing, which are sort of electric blue.
I'd say it was like electric blue crackles.
Yeah. Form a tracery over your entire body and emit faint light. The effect lasts for 1 minute. Whenever a creature within immediate range makes an attack against you, the pattern energizes to block the attack. You can make an intellect defense roll in place of the defense roll you would normally make, which is honestly not that much better for me. If you do so, you get a minor effect, and the creature attacking you takes 1 point of damage. If you get a major effect, it takes 4 points of damage. So it says you can make an intellect roll. I'm not 100% sure I will be making all intellect rolls because I really have better might resistance and speed resistance, but it is worth doing for the sake of.
Well, if for nothing else, you're getting the
Ye-
extra damage on.
Yeah, because I'll be energized.
Mhm.
All right.
So it's a 16 on the die.
Okay.
I don't know if that hits.
It hits.
Okay. So
Are you trained in you're trained in that, right?
I am,
Fisty
that.
cuffs.
because I do extra damage.
Mm-hmm.
Now since it is control the field, it will do 1 less damage. So it'd be what, 5?
Okay.
I'm sorry, 3 damage. It's medium.
Are you gonna allow him to energize too, then, or?
Well, no, when you do yours in your armor,
Mm-hmm.
it's the weapon grade goes up by one setting.
Oh, so it'd be 6 then.
So you
for
could
a hit.
do 6 points of damage per hit
Okay, so then it'd
because
be,
you've got no need for weapons, right?
right.
Yeah.
So okay, so then it would be 5 points of damage plus I'm maneuvering her into May to hit the resonance field.
Okay. So basically, you're hitting her, and then that'll give you an asset
Okay.
in your defense rolls.
All right. Yeah, I'll have an asset.
Don't let her kill me.
Thanks.
Quit throwing her at me.
Wait a minute. I really do have better resistance in the armor than I do with this, but I didn't realize that was what it did. So it is what it is.
All right, so you hit her for how much did you say?
5 points.
Okay. You hit her and the armor has a definite feminine form, so I keep saying her, and you did know there was a woman before, so maybe not, but it turns to lean towards her. You give her a pretty serious crack on the jaw, and she kind of reels a little bit to the side. Not super effective, but it does definitely land solidly.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely pushes her towards Monica. Just a hair.
Just a bit.
She much bigger than us?
She's taller, but she is actually thinner.
Okay. So we have more mass.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You have significantly more mass.
All right. Is it her turn?
Which
My
means
turn?
her armor's probably thinner.
It is your turn.
She's got hollow bones. Well, now I know where her head is, Onslaught.
Okay. Mental onslaught.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
What armor?
13 to hit.
Okay. You attempt a mental onslaught, and it just fizzles.
Well, that's because a 13's not high enough to because I forgot to spend effort. Because I'm dumb. And it's after midnight.
And with that, she leaps into the air.
Oh, no, we can't have that. Okay.
And she just kind of does this leap into the air, does a little bit of a turn, and flaming wings extend out from her.
Oh, hell, that's awesome.
That's some nice armor.
That is some nice armor. We need to protect that armor so that we can wear it.
I need you to give me a speed defense roll,
Okay.
because that one wing extends into you,
Okay.
or where you were standing.
Okay. I probably get hit because my speed defense is only a 1 and I rolled a 5.
Okay. So you take 8 points of damage, less your armor, from flames.
Okay.
If you've got anything that would help you resist fire too, you could apply that. I don't think there's anything on
I
your
don't
sheet
think
for
there's
that.
anything. I don't think there's anything on my sheet for that.
But your armor does apply.
Okay. All right. This is bad. Ouch.
And with that, we will pick up next week.
What? I hate it.
Dang it, I want to save that though.
Oh, yeah, you do.
She's in the air about 15, 20 feet above you, and we will pick up next week.
And Scott's next roll is an 18. We're saving that. It's been memorized in the
We'll see.
in the video
We'll see.
in the video archives of
This has
our chronicles.
been Marlowe House Presents Friday Night Hangouts, Legends of the Wild Wastes. I'm Andrew Marlowe.
I'm Silly Marlowe.
I'm the Fin Flan Man.
Good night, all.
Good night.